I've had a couple of experiences lately that make me think that I'm probably not going to be a very good father. So, heaven help any of my kids that I do have in the future because I've been growing some bonsai trees lately and I'm not quite sure how they're doing. All I know is that I'm not doing very well, and frankly, other than bonsai trees, this game, Crabs, has taught me that I cannot be trusted with living things. To summarize, I reached out to the Crabs developer, got a little review key, played the game a little bit, make a video about it. I should not be trusted with Crabs. So what I did is I booted up the game, I picked my first crab, I gave him an absolutely lovely name, and boom, just like that, Crustashawn was in his little tank, just wandering around, being the cutest little guy you've ever done seen. It took me a pretty long time to decide which color I thought would be best, but in the end, I really like this color, and then boom, I'm sort of here checking out the different features of the game, the different little mechanics. Overall, it's not a super duper gamey game. It's a little more of a idler, like virtual pet sort of. So the core idea is you'll collect pearls, which is sort of the currency, and you'll use that to fill their water and food so they can survive for a certain amount of time. And then you can also collect your pearls by going out into the wide world of the backyard, walking around, avoiding squirrels. You can either be in third person or in first person crab POV, which is something I never thought I'd ever say. And you'll walk around, gather up some pearls, explore the backyard. You can punch stuff, sprint, stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool one. And then you'll come back into your tank, spend your pearls on either little decorations, like, branches or leaves or whatever to put in your tank, or, of course, giving your crab food and water. And I know what you're probably thinking. Oh, that sounds like a pretty simple gameplay loop. Probably can't mess that up. No, I messed it up immediately. So I kind of forgot how short some of these timers are. And when I say short, I mean like, a handful of hours. But if I go, 24 hours without feeding my crab, some pretty bad things will happen. So I do remember I was on a voice chat with one of my friends, just doing some random crap, and I was like, oh, before I hit the hay, I'm gonna hop on crabs real quick, maybe record some footage. I launched the game, my crab was dead. It had been a couple days since I had fed it last, and then I sort of got distracted on other stuff, editing another video, so I didn't really boot up crabs. And then I did boot up crabs, and Crustashawn was dead. And and the game made me like manually bury the crab, which was a hard experience. A hard experience. So rest in peace, Crustashawn. But then I was like, okay, I got distracted. He was my first crab. I'll just get another one, which is exactly how kids work. You mess up your first one, just go get another one. So I went back to the crab select screen. I got another crab, and wait, what did I name this one? One sec, let me go check. But much to my chagrin, Hermitosty, I thought I'd have to go through the mental pain of burying my crab again. Nope, I was flat broke. I spent it all on random crab and food and water, all the good that did. So apparently, if you cannot afford a funeral, you just have to freaking LeBron James your crab into the trash can, and it made the most horrifying splatter sound on the wall. So I do recommend that if you are gonna kill your crab, at the very least, try to save up 100 pearls so you can give it a funeral. But yeah, so there's the game Crabs. There is a roadmap. It's early access, so there's not like a ton of features, but there is a roadmap. There's stuff being added relatively often. It's just $5. I thought it was pretty cool. So there's that. This game does have a couple other things. Like there's a leveling system where you can give your crabs different levels and certain skills. I never really got far enough to experience that because after Hermitosty, I heard from the dev that there's going to be an update or two, so I was like, oh, maybe I'll come back in a day or two, and when those little updates drop. And I made the same mistake again, so I once again launched my game, only to realize that Hermitosty had also passed away, pretty much within a day of me having him. So what can we learn from my experience with crabs? I think it's a rather simple one, actually. Do not trust me with pet sitting. I clearly cannot do it. Not only can I not take care of my own pets, I really doubt I could take care of yours. So that's that. There's crabs. A pretty short video there, just my experience of being a terrible father. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Like and subscribe, whatever, if you want. Thanks to my channel member, Frog Wizard. Here are the people who answered the question at the end of the last video, and my question for you this video is going to be, what's your favorite species of crab? I feel like there's enough crabs that we could probably do that. It's pretty, on the nose question. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.